What's going on, guys? Your boy Tony Shen. I'm back with another business advice video for selling beats. Before I start, let me just ask you this. So you're getting ready to put your beats online, right? You're chasing after your first sale. Well, before you decide to quit your job or drop out of school, here's 3 things that you really need to know. 3 secrets actually that you need to know before selling beats online and deciding to chase it full time. Just to be clear, this isn't the same generic advice you'd hear from other YouTube producers telling you, oh, you need to post consistently, oh, you need to make sure your beats sound good. Like, this is solid business advice on how to make money and get profits from selling beats. And also, I'm not saying these things to try to discourage you in any way. I just think that a lot of producers who are talking about stuff like this aren't being completely transparent, and I think that you, as a future up-and-coming internet producer, need to know the truth. But before I get to that, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so you can show some love and all that. I really appreciate it. I love growing my community. I love sharing advice with you guys, so I'd really appreciate showing some love on this channel. Also, if you stay towards the end of this video, I will hook you up with a free surprise. Sound fair enough? Let's get started. So the first secret that you really need to know about selling beats is the actual costs associated with selling beats. Now, before seeing this video, you might have seen some other producers talk about how much money they make per month selling beats online, which is all cool, except most of them don't talk about the actual costs that they incur from selling those beats. You see, when it comes to selling beats or any type of business really, there are 2 types of costs associated with running your beat store online and selling beats, right? The first type of cost is called variable costs. These are the costs that you incur more and more the more units or the more beats that you sell online. And the biggest variable cost for you when it comes to selling beats online is advertising costs. If you think about it, the more beats that you want to sell online, the more it's going to cost for you to advertise. And if you do want to sell a lot of beats online, if you do want the same numbers that these other producers are getting, you are going to have to advertise. But the thing is, as more and more producers enter the beat selling market, the cost for advertising and converting sales with advertising has actually gone up by a lot. In fact, today in 2020, it's actually not that uncommon for most producers to spend anywhere from 50 cents up to 80 cents on advertising just to convert $1 in terms of beat sales. So here's an example. Say a producer claims that he makes $3,000 a month from selling beats. It's not bad, right? That's like $36,000 a year. Not bad at all. But considering the variable costs that he's incurring, which is how much he spends on advertising, which is anywhere from 50 to 80 cents for every $1 of beats that he's selling, he's only really taking home about $600 a month up to $1,500 a month, which, if you think about it, it's like pretty much working a minimum wage job at McDonald's, right? And that's not even considering the second type of cost, which is your fixed costs. You see, fixed costs are the costs that don't increase or don't depend on how many units of beats that you sell. So in terms of production, that would be costs like your VSTs, your FL Studio, right? Your monthly membership to BeatStars, the sound packs that you're getting, the cost that you pay someone on Fiverr to design your art for you. Again, these don't depend on how many units you sell, but those are the costs that still impact how much money you take home after subtracting your variable costs, right? So again, say a producer makes about $3,000 a month from selling beats, but incurs, I don't know, $2,000 of ads, which is honestly pretty common, especially today in 2020. Now he has to subtract the $500 VST that he bought, plus the $20 monthly BeatStars membership, plus the art that he paid someone to do to make the ads with. So now he's taking back even less money. As a producer in 2020, you're pretty much like a commodity. You're pretty much like a fast food joint. So it's not enough simply to have really amazing food or really amazing beats, right? You need to be smart about your businesses. You need to make sure that you're running your business efficiently by decreasing your costs as much as possible. And also, any money that you do take home at the end of the day, make sure you're reinvesting it into your business. You're competing with everyone else in this world who's posting beats online, and you're basically like a McDonald's competing with Wendy's, competing with KFC. You need to make sure that everything runs effectively and that you're decreasing your costs as much as possible. Now, the second secret that you need to understand before selling beats online is the time it takes to make a sale. Say you're just starting out, right, and you're not willing to pay the advertising costs to get you those sales, then you're gonna have to put in time. Here's a basic breakdown of the amount of time it takes to make sales when you're first starting out, specifically on Instagram, right? You see, on average, when I first started out and when most people start out, the the percentage of artists who are actually willing to buy a $30 lease from a complete stranger, right, is anywhere from 1 to 3%. And that's considering how many producers are out there today. So this means that with 100 people that you message, with that 1 to 3% conversion, you're making about $30 to $90 for every 100 people that you message on Instagram. But we need to realize that when you hit up that one person from start to finish, so that's from introducing yourself to building rapport to establishing that relationship, right? Say it takes about 5 minutes for every one person that you message. So you message 100 people, 5 minutes each, that's 500 minutes, which is 8 hours and 20 minutes. So if you're making $30 to $90 in 8 hours or 20 minutes, your rate per hour is like $3.6 an hour to $10.8 an hour if you're lucky. Anywhere in between that, right? Working a minimum wage pretty much anywhere in the country at McDonald's will give you a higher hourly rate than selling beats when you're first starting out. Now, obviously, when you start building relationships with these artists, they're gonna start buying from you more and more often, and then obviously your rate per hour is going to increase significantly. But I'm just saying this so that you don't become discouraged when you first start selling beats online and realize that you could be making a lot more money working at McDonald's than pitching people beats online through Instagram, no matter how good your beats are. I just want you to know and understand the truth. It's going to be very hard and you are going to feel discouraged, but once you get past that very steep learning curve and that really steep uphill battle, and if you're doing this truly because you're passionate about music, then it gets a lot easier. And I just want to make sure that you stay equipped with knowledge, knowing that it's going to be very tough when you first start out. Last and third secret that you need to know before selling your first beat is that you can't do this for the money. Do not pursue selling beats online. Do not produce just for the money. As you can tell in my first two tips, not only do you run the risk of losing money when first starting out, as you incur all of these costs that you might have not even been aware of when you first started selling beats, and two, the actual amount of time it takes to make your first sale. You can tell that especially when first starting out, you can make a lot more just working at a McDonald's. However, I'm not telling you to work at McDonald's because the fact that you're watching this probably means that you're really passionate about music, and you have to understand that when first starting out, you are going to be broke. Like, it's going to be very hard. I'm just telling you so that you don't become discouraged and leave because you didn't understand this when first coming in. Like, it's not going to be about money. Maybe your first month, maybe even your first year. Like, you might not see any profit. You might be negative going into your first, second, or even third year. Like, it's going to be very tough, especially as more and more producers are entering the market. But the only way you're gonna win is if you consistently make music, consistently understand how you made those losses and learn off your losses, and consistently have the attitude to keep building off your music and keep getting better every single day. Like, don't do this because of the money. It's not going to be worth it, especially your first year or even your third year or even your fourth year. Like, it's going to take a lot of time to build up your brand, but once you do, and once you have all these relationships built by messaging people on Instagram, by taking the time to market, by incurring all those marketing costs to acquire new customers, you are going to have an amazing business, and I do believe in you. So here are my 3 secrets that you need to know before selling your first beat. I hope this gives you the motivation to keep pushing yourself, because I'm just being completely honest, and this is based off my own producing journey as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now here's my surprise to all who stayed towards the end, right? If you click the link in my description, you can download my drum kit for free. It's called Tony Shen Slap Pack Volume 1. It has some of the hardest kicks, some of the hardest 808s, and it'll make your beats slap, so you don't have to buy drum kits anywhere else, right? I got you guys. I'll hook you guys up on me. Don't even worry about it. All you have to do is enter your email, and you'll get the email with the download link. Super easy. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much. Peace.